Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, is she ready for a relationship? Well, in some of my previous articles, I've talked about how a man's impatience or his fear of loss or his desire to gain certainty of where he stands when he's dating a woman. Typically what happens, a guy goes out on a couple dates, and then he starts worrying about where she stands. Maybe she took a little bit longer to call him back than she normally does, or whatever it happens to be. Then he starts thinking, oh, she's going to reject me, she doesn't like me, and then he doesn't wait for her to call and get in touch with him. And then he tries to force things and moves things along, and all he really is doing is causing her to feel uncomfortable and lose attraction. Well, I've actually got an email here today that I got from a woman who started dating this guy. Now, she's been on the dating scene basically for the past 10 years since she got separated from her husband. He was basically the last guy she was with. And so now she's just now starting to get back into the dating scene, and she's been out on 4 dates with this guy that she likes, and she has a good time, but he's becoming impatient because he's trying to move things a little forward. And so she's not real comfortable talking, and she doesn't really understand why she feels uncomfortable. But I'm going to point out, obviously, the things that we talk about. And so you can see from a woman's perspective exactly when a guy doesn't understand attraction and how he tries to force things along, how it causes her to feel wishy-washy and unsure. Even though she might like the guy, the way he's acting is just causing her basically to scratch her head and cause her emotions and her level of attraction to go in the opposite direction when she really likes the guy and she really wants to be him. And this is what happens. So I'm going to read through it here because it's really a great perspective. So she says, Dear Corey, thanks for allowing me to write you about a problem I am having. I recently met this man on an online dating site, and we have been on 4 dates thus far. My problem is that I have not been talking much to this man, and he feels as though I am harboring some inhibitions, which he explained that it's making him uncomfortable to be around me. Well, one thing I want to point out is, did you ever stop to think that maybe you guys just don't have a lot of chemistry? Because obviously if a guy knows how to, if he's really interested in you and he likes you, he's going to ask you questions and want to know more about you. Just why? Because he likes you and he's fascinated by you. You'd be doing the same thing if you're really into him. You're going to want to know everything about him as well because you can find him fascinating and interesting. And when two people get together and they have chemistry and they like each other, they want to know about each other, that's what causes things to become effortless, is because you're both working to get to know the other person. Now, maybe the chemistry is really not there. Maybe that's part of why you're feeling a little apprehensive. So that's something that you should think about as well. It is not my intention to make him feel this way, but I have not been in a relationship for the past 10 years since my separation from my husband. I have been having some issues of my own which I feel hinders me to open up, as I do not want to share my struggles with him. When I say struggles, it means financially. As a single mom of an 18-year-old, I own my home, but I'm having some difficulties that have been a bother to me before I met this guy. He has told me he likes me and wishes to take the relationship to the next level, and he wants me to be his woman. I'm not sure how to respond to that. So basically, what he's saying is you've gone on 4 dates with this guy, and now he's talking about relationship, and so here's what's happening. She's like, I barely know this guy. Now he's talking about a relationship. And this is why I tell guys, never bring up this topic of relationship, because it's really a woman's department. Because when you think you're ready to be in a relationship, usually the woman is a lot further behind, which you can see right from this email here. 4 dates, and he's talking about a relationship, and she's not sure how to respond to that because she's not ready. If she was ready, she'd go, oh, of course she'd be in her. She'd say, this is great. I'd be all for this. So he says, when I say struggle, okay, wait a minute here. He says, I know he's getting impatient, and what did he say? And I still do not know much about him or me. He tells me that since I am harboring inhibitions, that he doesn't think I am ready for a relationship and that we can be good friends. Here's what I would tell him. Say, I'm not interested in being just friends. I'm not interested in just having a friendship. However, I am interested in dating a guy who's willing to be patient with me and let me come to him at my own pace. Because he's basically throwing his hands up going, oh, I'm frustrated, you won't talk to me, I'm ready to have a relationship, but hey, it must be something wrong with you, you're just not ready for a relationship. And so that's what he's saying. So he's basically giving up because he feels frustrated. Just like you said, he feels impatient. So things are not moving along as far as he thinks they should be. And so he's just saying, oh, well, there must be something wrong with you. Because he's just throwing his hands up in frustration, and that's what's going on. So that tells me that this particular guy, he doesn't understand how attraction works. He doesn't understand the process, and he doesn't understand how to be patient. So I would say more than likely you're going to have to develop some better communication skills to make up for the fact that he just doesn't understand these things. Let's see here. She says, I want a relationship, but I'm not sure why I am so tense and not sharing with this man. I am almost not sure what to say to him of me. So far, he knows what I do for a living, where I live, but I have never invited him to my place as of yet. With how it's going, it might not even happen. I am confused and not sure what to do. I really like this guy, and my nerves are getting the better of me. I feel like I am not communicating with him on a mature level, which is also causing him to draw some misconceptions about me. Now, here's the deal. The problem is this guy doesn't understand women. He doesn't understand how attraction works. You obviously like him, and he obviously likes you. So the best thing that I would suggest that you do is tell this guy specifically what you want, how often you'd like to go out with him, and how often you'd like to see him. Tell him that you want him to be patient with you. Just say, hey, look, it's been a decade for me, but I definitely would like to have a relationship, but hey, we've only been out on 4 dates, and I barely know you, and you barely know me. The way I look at it is if you really cared about me and you really liked me and you were really interested in me, you'd be asking me questions. You would want to get to know me. But the way it is, you coming off as being impatient is causing me to close down to you emotionally and not want to open up to you because it's making me feel uncomfortable because you're being impatient. In a way, it's like you're trying to force things. And what you got to understand is if you're talking to this guy and you're telling him this, now us men, because we think logically, he might start trying to argue with you and just say, no, honey, just listen to me. Let me explain. This is really important. I'm telling you what I need, and I just want you to listen objectively to what I have to say. It's not a judgment. I'm just telling you what I need. If we're going to go forward and see each other, I'm just telling you how I need to be treated and what it takes in order for me to feel comfortable so I will open up to you and tell you more things. Because what's happening is you're trying to rush things, or it's like you don't feel like things are moving along fast enough for you, and so you're getting impatient. And so if I'm not moving fast enough for you, then maybe, I won't get mad or upset if you date another, if you get serious with another woman who's willing to go quicker. It's been a decade for me. So if you want to take things slow, I'd love to see you, but I'm not interested in friendship. And so you got to communicate to him. And so tell him, I'd like if you call me once a week and we can go out at least once a week and have a good time. Let's just focus on having fun and getting to know each other and making each other laugh and enjoy each other's company. It's just simple as that. We'll just take it day by day and see where it goes. And if maybe, a few months down the road, if we both feel good about where we're at and we both want to be in a relationship, we can talk about it then. But it's really kind of premature at this point to be talking about it because I want to get to know you better and I want you to get to know me better. And that happens by asking questions. And so you're going to have to spell these things out to him step by step because we men, we think logically. We need a list. It's like dogs. Sit, lay down, roll over, give me your paw. That's what you have to do with us men because if you're going to try to use hints and innuendo, you're wasting your breath because I guarantee you, he's not going to know. Most men don't get these things. And so you got to be direct and to the point and, give him step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Tell him specifically exactly what you want, what you expect, and what you want from him. And if you communicate all of that to him, he'll either do it or he won't. And if he won't, then next, go out on a date with another guy. And that's what I would suggest you should do. Go out with lots of different guys because you're just getting back into the dating scene. And so you don't know what's out there. And I can tell this guy there's a lot of things he doesn't know or doesn't understand about women. But you like him, so give him a chance. Tell him what you want. Give him instructions, basically, and he'll either do it or he won't. If he does it, great. Continue on with this guy. As far as revealing this stuff about your financial problems, about this rental apartment that you have that you need to get renovated, it's only 4 dates you've been on with him, so it's really none of his business at this point. But if you tell all this stuff to him, what you want him to do, and he does it, and a few months down the road, everything's going great, and you feel that you're comfortable and you're ready to tell him about these financial problems that you're having with this apartment or whatever that you got downstairs, then tell him. But don't do it until you feel you're ready. It's obvious from your email that you're uncomfortable as hell right now. So forget about it. It's none of his damn business. And if he earns your trust and your love by doing everything right and treating you the way you want to be treated, then you can tell him about it down the road. But it's just too soon for those kinds of things. Love is playful and fun. It's not serious, and keep it funny, keep it positive, keep it light. No serious subjects for right now. Just have a good time, get to know each other. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. If you're watching this video on my website, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all of your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic that you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and just send me 3 or 4 paragraphs detailing your situation, and just give me several days to get back to you because I get a lot of email and I have to focus on the emails from my paying customers first. And if you need to talk to me right away, you can book a paid phone coaching session with me personally by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and simply follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.